For the past 2 weeks, I've been in Tunisia visiting women's groups in various places around the country, and particularly in Jendouba and Kirwan, as you can see from the videos we've taken. These groups exist because they're trying to provide a solution to their disempowerment. They need access to land, they need to be able to produce. And what we found is that it's really important for them to have a network, a physical network of women who work together towards the common good. And so they've created groups which are supported by UN agencies and NGOs, and also the state, the Ministry of Agriculture, to create small cooperatives for the production of agricultural goods, in particular spices, some cereals, some of the specialities of Tunisia. And today I'm joined by Asma, who is an evaluation specialist. She traveled with me through Tunisia. She lives in Tunisia. She's Tunisian, and she will speak about some of the aspects we covered. And Asma, I wanted to ask you, what help did the women's groups receive?
They have received trainings as a capacity building plan for transformation of goods, but also some agricultural practices, as well as the equipment to transform the goods eventually after every basic or extensive harvest.
Do you think it was working, what we saw? Do you think these initiatives were working?
I think there was a mismatch between the caliber of the need versus the support that they have gotten. The scales between what they have wanted may have not been met, or may have been overmet at some times, considering where the group is. Sometimes there have been investments in the training before the equipment, and it would lead nowhere in terms of production. And sometimes there was a need for more training rather than the equipment.
Do you think that the activities they can sustain? Let's say if the support stops, will they be able to continue and achieve success? Will they generate their own income?
So if support stops completely, a fair judgment would be probably will not be able to sustain themselves because of market access issues.
And I wanted to say also that one of the outside the economic aspects, one of the interesting things we saw, which the women spoke about, is that it allowed them to get together to generate their own income for their families independently of the husbands. And sometimes they feel the money is not well used by the husband, so it gives them additional clout. And it also helps them to meet and talk. Do you agree?
Yes, I remember one of the women when we were laughingly trying to rank how they would spend their money versus how their husband would spend the money. The husband would be himself, kids, and her. And if it was her money, it would be her kids, the house, and then her. How would they rank? So they do want to aspire to get that autonomy, financial autonomy, to be able to prioritize what they want to prioritize in their lives, independently from the breadwinner currently at the house.
The other thing I wanted to ask about, and it's something that I noticed, we arrive as external people. There's always somebody greeting us, but then at some point somebody else steps forward and we find that this person was the one who had the idea, who pushed the others, who put in a lot of effort and a lot of even their own resources to get these cooperative groups going. Is that also something you saw?
Yes, you will always find that one person who put in from their own resources, their own money, when things were down, to not drop the idea up to the point when it has formed to a fully fledged success or potentially successful group.
For me, it's clear that the key to the success, I mean, it's true they're not yet generating their income, but it's the presence of they're community members, but they're forward-leaning community members who make things happen, basically help mobilize everyone.
Yes, because one woman who would be called the leader may have not been called the leader at no point in her life outside that setup. but she is a leader. She showcases all the features of a real leader. Might have not been called that at all. So
Yeah.
that is the occasion and the space allowed for people to step out forward with their own leadership skills, their conflict management skills, their communication skills, their PR skills, skills that you learn, but they had it that would never manifested in their other community life. So yeah.
I'm now back at home, back at my desk, writing my report about Tunisia and reflecting on some of the things I saw. One of the most striking aspects is this interesting game which is played by the intermediary organizations that try to highlight what they're doing and attribute to themselves the successes of what has been done, when in fact it is a collective success. It's a collective performance, and there's always somebody that stands out, somebody who's been giving of themselves to make sure that things are moving and stands behind everybody else. They're not always the most visible, but they're there and they're key. And it's very obvious that these are the people we need to identify and support, the people who help other people. And this is the plan for letter C, to allow them to have the resources they need, the publicity they need, so that the work can carry on no matter what. Please subscribe. Please spread the word. We depend on that for the launch of the initiative. Thank you. Au revoir from Emery at Letter C.